Hello, this is Top Preps Sports Interviews by Sunil. Tonight, I'm happy to be speaking with Joshua Killan, a student at Maritzburg Christian School in Peter, Maritzburg, South Africa, and a center and guard on the basketball team. Once again, Joshua, thank you so much for taking time out to speak with me.
Thank you
It's
for
it's
having
great
me.
to Yeah, same here. Great to discuss about your basketball career. Can you just sum up, playing basketball again for Maritzburg Christian School?
I've played there for 4 years since I was in grade 8. So when I joined the school, I started playing in first team. We've
Okay.
competed in like multiple tournaments. Like we didn't really do great in the beginning, but then as like we all developed, we got better. We started winning tournaments, everything like that.
hmm Hey, just talk about the level of competition in terms of playing the
Um,
games here,
so
Joshua.
I've competed like out of school. So like in school, like competition is not really that high
Okay.
because South Africa is not like a basketball dominant country. So
hmm
it's not like that competitive, but I have played international level where I competed against teams from USA, Northern Ireland, Cyprus, and Middle East. And that
hmm
was this year, August.
Yeah, that's terrific. Hey, just if you could dive into playing both the center and guard positions, very different, from one another. But the fact that developing your skills, your fundamentals in terms of playing those positions, can you describe that, Joshua?
So I actually only adapted to guard because my head coach played guard, so he only knew how to coach guard, not really coach center. So that's what kind
Okay.
of got me into it. With center, I found it a little bit easier because of my height. And in South
hmm
Africa, no one is actually my height. Like the tallest you'll get is maybe 6'5", 6'4".
Okay.
Then there's me. I've played so with center, I prefer center more in games because I'm more used to that right now. But
hmm
I know like everywhere else, it's different. Like the taller you are, you're in different positions. So like here, if you just tall, you center. That's it.
Yeah.
And you don't really move around.
Yeah, no, that's true. Hey, you provided some info. One just absolutely dominating game. 19 points, 3 steals, 12 blocks, 22 rebounds. I mean, hey, just talk about that, Joshua. I mean, to have that type
That
of
that that was like
yeah, go ahead.
that was a really really good game. Like I
Yeah.
wasn't really expecting it because we were playing like a considerate good team here,
hmm
and then it just went really well. Everything went my way. I was making all shots, everything. And then
Yeah.
after each bucket, confidence grew, so I was able to do more and more stuff.
I mean, to
And it
be,
just got a little bit easier.
in the zone, locked in like that, firing on all cylinders. I mean, that's got to be, I mean, just an
It
absolutely
is good.
exhilarating feeling knowing that you're absolutely just on all both ends, offense, defense. Just talk about that because it's not easy, again, for it to do it on both ends of the floor. But obviously, said we're able to excel quite a bit in that game. But just describe the feeling of that,
Yeah, so it's
of
like
that
it's
game.
really, really good. But also it's like it's kind of like overwhelming because I play I play when we play like four low, I'll play two one high. What is this? Two high. I play like
hmm
in the center of the paint. So I've got to
Okay.
call everything and I'm still got to watch the ball. And then
Yeah.
now I'm trying to go for like a career high kind of game as well.
hmm
So it's like kind of overwhelming. And then like as time went on, it just got a little bit easier.
Yeah. Hey, I'm wondering for you, like, before a game, like the preparation. I mean, I've asked athletes this, basketball especially, that you just don't walk onto that court. There's a lot that goes behind the scenes in terms of getting ready for a game. So I'm wondering just any pregame, I said rituals or superstitions or what you do to really get your body, both mentally, physically, again, locked in, ready to go once you take that court.
So for me, it starts with the coaches because they give us like a whole talk. They give us a rundown of the team. It all starts there, and then that's where
hmm
I start to like develop my routine kind of. Because I know if we're playing a good team, I've got to go watch their games before we even play them.
Yeah.
Before we do that, but then if we're playing like a not so great team, I take it more relaxed in a way, but not really. Because like
hmm
that's where the games where it's like, okay, if I do too much and I get injured, I don't want to get injured playing here when I know I have a big game next. So like
Yeah.
I kind of don't put as much strain on my body on certain games compared to others.
Yeah.
But then other than
That's
that, it's just like a lot of stretching. I stretch a lot, like going for like a short walk before the game, everything. Just being by
Hmm.
myself and then just locking in.
Yeah. Hey, you brought up an excellent point in terms of strength and conditioning. I mean, there's so much
Mm.
that goes into nutrition, rest and recovery, mental health. Talk about that aspect, that in terms of, again, preparing for a basketball season, getting your body in tip top shape, where you can absolutely, again, just be able to just dominate the floor. Uh, what is it for you on a personal basis,
So for
besides the
me,
team practices? Yeah.
so for me, it's like a thing of I know if I get injured, it's gonna be like a bad thing.
Hmm.
Because like I really, really don't want to get injured. So like I do stretch a lot. And I got injured, I think it was last year in November. We are playing
Okay.
in a tournament and I fell and I broke my wrist in like the middle of the game.
Oh, wow.
So then that
Okay.
was like that's when I realized I need to actually start like stretching a lot more, like
Yeah.
exercising a lot more just to like strengthen my body.
Yeah. No, it's true. Hey, I wanted to just pivot back. You talked about playing overseas. It said Cyprus, the Middle East, for the Peace Players Friendship Game, selected as one of the 10 males to represent South Africa at the event. That's a prestigious honor. I
Thanks.
talk about what that meant to you, to know that you're representing your home country of South Africa. It had to mean a lot for you and your family as
It
well.
did. Well, it was like a really so originally I joined the program, I think it was 2019, and we were
Okay.
supposed to go to USA in 2020 to compete there, but we couldn't
Hmm.
because that's when COVID happened. So
Yeah.
that like ruined that whole thing. So then last year they gave us this opportunity in Middle East to go and play for them there. But like
Okay.
it was really, really stressful because there was like I think 20 males of us that were all waiting for their name to be called. It's
Hmm.
like you're all waiting for that message from the coach to tell you if you made it or not.
Yeah.
It was like
Yeah.
a
No.
really, really stressful thing. But like once you're there, it's really nice. The
Yeah.
competition is good, everything's good.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you. I mean, as you alluded to, competing against players for USA, Northern Ireland, the Middle East, Cyprus. I mean, to sort of stack yourself up against the rest of the competition and
Mm.
really see where you measure. I'm sure again was very beneficial for you. Can you just again describe that feeling
Yeah.
as well?
So it was like I what I took out of it was so when we were playing like when we were playing pickup, I think it was the first night, we were just playing pickup. And some of the guys from USA came over to come play with us. And when I
Mhm.
was like matching their energy, that's when I realized like I actually want to do this. Where I come
Yeah.
to the States and I play in the States because this is something like I really, really enjoy.
Mm. Yeah,
So
no,
yeah.
it's great to hear. And you know what, the fact that and you said playing in that environment, adapting to new environments and getting to know
Mm,
other people.
mm,
I think that's the great thing about basketball. It truly has
yeah.
become a global sport, and you get to meet people from all parts of the world. I mean that's got to be a it's gonna be again just a absolutely as said fabulous feeling. Just knowing that you're getting that opportunity.
Mm. Yes, it is really, really nice. Especially like meeting new people and also
Yeah,
hearing like so there was this I think it was a guy from Northern Ireland
okay,
where he was telling me that he's like this is like also his dream going to the States playing, but he's always
yeah,
found it so difficult. And when he went to this event, he found like a little bit easier because there were coaches there. There was a coach from Spurs, like the NBA team Spurs. There was a coach from
yeah.
there, like all that stuff. So that's when he found like his motivation to do this.
Yeah. And the great thing is the NBA is investing in,
Mm,
countries in terms of opening up training centers
mm,
where, again, athletes, from that particular country can, be a part of that program. And then it could eventually lead to something, possibly, bigger in terms of like, as said, as you mentioned, coming
mm.
over to the United States of America. Hey, let's just talk about what are some of the intangibles with the game of basketball? What has made it so special for you to play year after year? You obviously have that passion for it, that determination. Just what is it about when you're out there on the court and you're in the flow of the game? What, from a athlete's perspective, what is it about this game that again makes it so unique?
This is like one of my favorite questions. Someone's asked me like similar to this. So there's
Okay.
I don't know if you've watched Uncle Drew. I think it's called Uncle Drew. I think it
Okay.
is. There's this one scene where Kyrie says, if you when you're playing basketball, there's like what's not to love, because the ball always going to come back to you. It doesn't leave
Yeah.
you. It's like one of those things. It's like a therapy
Yeah.
type of thing. Because I know, like, if I'm not maybe having a good day, I can just go take my ball, my shoes. I can go to a court. I just shoot. Everything's
Yeah.
fine. That's it.
Yeah. No, that's terrific. Hey, let's talk about me again. 6'7", I said you're still growing,
Mm,
178 pounds, but you're definitely going to, fill in. Talk about you said utilizing your size. I mean, that's to your
mm,
advantage. I mean, you're the fact that you're that tall, and especially there in South Africa, but the fact that going up against other players who are around that height. Just talk about this. That you have that ability. You have those skills. What does it mean, like to know that again when you take the floor there, you're able to go up against some of the best players out there in the world as well.
mm. So I know for me, my one main thing that I'm doing right now is I need to build like a lot of muscle if I want to
Hmm.
actually like do really, really well in the States. Because
Yeah.
like I'm 178 pounds, that's like it's not a lot. And I want to get to at least 200 something, just muscle.
Yeah.
So that's what like right now, that's what I'm working on. Just
That's
building
great.
muscle, building my body, injury prevention, everything.
Yeah. Hey, I want to just ask you about you mentioned your coaches. I want to ask you about your teammates as well.
Mm.
There at Maritzburg Christian School. What have they meant to you, like the past, what, 4 years here, and playing on the team, those moments, those behind the scenes again. A lot of people don't get to see that interaction, but what has that meant to be a part of that squad?
It is really, really nice. Like we do have our days where it's like there's people arguing because they want like they're arguing because things aren't being right, like done
Hmm.
right. But then we manage to get over that. We can all sit, we can talk, we can all have fun together. And it's not like some of us are, so there's some of them that are like maybe 2, 3 years younger than us because they're like
Hmm.
just joining, but they already know like the culture type of thing that we have, where it's
Yeah.
before games, we're all sitting together, we're talking. After the game, we're sitting together, we're talking, we're discussing the problems without coaches,
Hmm.
just so we can decide what's going wrong, what's going right.
Yeah. Okay, have to ask you, watching the NBA, what players in particular that you pay close attention to, and sort of try to take away their tendencies, maybe, and like apply it to your game. So, any nuggets that stand out. I'm wondering, said for you, Joshua.
Mm. So for me, first one is Luca because right now
Yeah,
he is like really, really dominant. He
yeah,
just came out of nowhere. He's dunking everything. He's doing everything now. Another
yeah,
person is John Morant, just because of athleticism,
yeah,
explosiveness, everything like that. Also, like I like the way Giannis plays because it's not like aggressive, but like the way he moves, it's just really nice. And
yeah,
he's able to get
yeah,
to the basket above the rim, everything.
yeah. No, I agree. All world class and elite players,
Mm,
especially in the NBA. And yeah, definitely, I have to ask you, of course we live in a day and age of social media, so posting highlight videos, training are essential. So I'm just wondering, for you, be able to capitalize on that, especially with Twitter. uh
mm,
Again, I'm sure for you it's been critical these last couple of years, 4 years, to really hone in on that. But just talk about for you personally, like to be able to post those videos and capture the attention again or perspective coaches out there. Can you talk about that,
mm.
Joshua?
So when I originally, because like I posted on Instagram first because I didn't know like this whole process of, oh, you must post on YouTube, post on Twitter. So I only
Yeah,
started using Twitter to talk to coaches maybe a month ago or 2 months ago. I'm not too sure.
yeah,
And it's like it's really, really been good. Like I'll get
yeah,
responses on every video, everything now.
yeah. No, it's amazing, like how lightning fast it is, in terms of the reaction you can generate, again from people. And hey, I was able to pick up on this tweet back on December 16th, and I love this tweet that you posted. It said, "Never forget that all it takes for one coach to believe in you and your abilities. Never forget that, all in caps. It can take you months of emailing coaches, and eventually you will get that one coach that sees your potential. Don't give up. One time, our time as student athletes will come." Yeah, I mean that's I think that provides a lot of inspiration, motivation for athletes across the world. I mean, I think you could be a motivational, speaker, Joshua. But hey, just I mean that's I mean to put that out there, I think it really does, it's significant in the meaning behind it. Just let's talk about that.
So I don't know what got me to post that. I just woke
Yeah,
up the one day and I was like, okay, today I'm just in a good mood. Let me try
yeah,
see if I can like help people who maybe aren't like having a good time with this whole recruiting thing, aren't getting
yeah.
coaches to respond. Because like I know because I was there. I emailed like there was this one day I emailed around 40 coaches from Alabama only.
Well,
Just from there, I got zero responses. And then that's when it's like then I posted that tweet as like a motivation thing. And the next day
yeah.
I had two coaches email back. So it was just
Okay.
like a whole timing thing.
Yeah, you never know what it's going to lead to, and obviously it has produced results for you. And it's just not about being an athlete; it's being a student athlete, and it's very demanding and rigorous in terms of trying to balance that time management organization out. So I'm wondering here these past 4 years uh, at Maritzburg Christian School, how you've been able to really delegate those responsibilities.
So I've actually had a lot of responsibilities because I don't know if you guys do this in the States, but we have this thing called like student leadership
Okay.
where
Yeah.
there is so like once you get to grade 12, you get uh all allocated like a role. So like
Okay.
for me, it was deputy head boy. So I was second in line of like keeping the school in order. So like
Hmm.
that held a lot of responsibility. So if there's problems, I've got to go do that. I've got to go do that. I've got to like do a lot,
Yeah.
like talking to people just to solve things, everything like that.
Yeah. Those are real world life skills. I mean, the
Mm,
fact is that you are becoming an overall person in terms of it just evolving. It's just not about, again, as I, uh, said, just being an athlete, student athlete, and the fact that, you're showing people out there like you're
mm,
more than that, and the fact that you really can make a difference, and that's I think that it's outstanding because you're in a leadership role, and the
yeah.
fact that you're again it's a great example for other kids out there, other athletes out there. It's very commendable. Hey, we all need to like de-stress and sort of decompress, and we need to kick back on our hobbies. And you definitely have a bunch of them: spending time with friends, playing video games, working out,
Mm.
spending time with family, getting ruts on the basketball court, and listening to music. So I'm wondering for you that's just again amazing. Just those moments where you're able to really clear your head and
Mm.
sort of like just sort of get away. I mean, you still are focused on basketball, but those moments with family and friends, what just describe that, Joshua.
So like lately, because it's been like Christmas and everything, I've been with
Yeah.
like family a lot. Also been birthdays. Like my sister's birthday was last week. Yes, last week.
Hmm.
And then mine was the week before that. So like everything, like all of us were together and I managed to like spend a lot of time with family. Like normally
Hmm.
that doesn't happen because like my sister doesn't live with us. Like that type of stuff. She moved out. So we're not always together.
Yeah.
So it was nice to like meet up again and everything.
Yeah, that's nice. Big family you have, Joshua. Talk about that. A family of five. It said two sisters. You're the youngest in the family. Talk about how you've been the support that you've received from your family. So
I
from your parents, from your sisters. What has that meant to you during this journey?
like I've really received a lot from my sisters. Like my parents are like kind of skeptical about this whole thing of me
Hmm.
going to States, like going somewhere else because they want me to play here.
Yeah.
They don't want me to make like they just want me to work basically. They don't see like a thing with basketball and like
Hmm.
studying while playing basketball. It's like I haven't really got like a lot of inspiration from them, but I know like deep down they want me to succeed. It's just that they don't think this is the way.
Yeah.
But with my sisters, it's like they helping me out. They'll maybe see like if there's different schools that are looking for players, they'll help me with that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Just to
That's good.
like help me find more coaches in schools.
Yeah. That's again, that's super. Uh, your sisters played basketball, and I'm wondering,
Yes.
like, to have that, um, you have that cohesiveness, have something in common, really, like with your sisters. talk about that. That had to feel, really, good to, be able to, I'm sure, bounce ideas off, or just be able to, again, just talk about a sport that you guys, truly enjoy playing.
So they've played, I think they played until the end of high school, but they
Okay.
never really saw like a career in it. I don't
Hmm.
know, I'm not too sure why, but I know they didn't get the height genetics from my parents. So that might
Okay.
be another one. Because like my one
Yeah.
sister's, I think like maybe 5'4", 5'5". So she doesn't
Okay.
have like a lot of height on her. And she never really thought that this was something she could do. Then
Hmm.
my other sister, she went from she went from basketball to hockey to I think she's playing cricket now. I'm not too sure what she's doing. She plays a lot
Okay.
of sports.
Yeah. That's great. That's great. Hey, I'm wondering when you had that growth spurt. I had to ask you about that.
It was it was actually I think it was when I was in grade 10. It was like
Okay.
December holiday time. I came back and I was like 6'3", 6'4", from being like
Okay.
maybe 5'10". And then throughout the that year I just grew even more.
Wow. That's a again, that's super. Hey, I'm wondering, like, just in terms of growing up, and what sport did you play, any other sports? And when you took the game of basketball up, I was just really wondering about that as well. Just curious about that, Joshua.
So I played soccer for like a really, really long time. I was like pretty
Okay.
good at it. And then when I got taller, I thought like this wasn't the sport for me anymore. Then
Yeah.
that's when I picked up basketball. Like this moment I started growing was when I picked up basketball.
Mm, it's
And
great.
that's where like all came together.
How, for the people out there, they're gonna watch this. I'm wondering, like, in terms of the popularity of basketball, how
Mm.
much it's grown, throughout the years, and where it is today, where the state of the game is in South Africa.
So it depends really where you are. I would say maybe
Okay.
this past year or so, it's like grown quite a bit.
Hmm.
Like with high school teams, it's like there's not like a lot of supporters like you get in the States where the stands are filled. It's like not like that. But like the only support you maybe get is like some students, some like that, because it's not like a popular sport. But like
Yeah.
people, like a lot of people play it, they just don't watch it.
Yeah. I mean, I know there's cricket, there's soccer out there,
Mm.
of course, and I'm just wondering where, basketball would fall into that hierarchy. Hey, just a couple more. I know for you, the aspirations, the goal is, to play, in the United States. And, I'm sure that you want to be playing at that professional level, as said, very soon. I'm wondering for
Yes.
you, what is uh that roadmap been like? What is that progression, to move up and have that trajectory, and, say, look, one day I want to be there, said, under the bright lights. So just talk about that, how important that is to you, personally, Joshua.
It is like really, really important because like I've told my sisters, my parents as well, because like they've helped me with so much with everything. So I've told them like once I get money, I'll get you this, I'll get you this, I'll get you that, like
Yeah.
all those things. So mainly it's like I'm doing it for myself because it's what I want, but I'm also doing it for like the benefit of like family, people that are like really close to me, stuff like that.
Yeah. No, it's a great, work ethic and attitude that you have, and I think you're in the perfect spot here, Joshua, to offer some much needed advice. I'm sure to young kids, to athletes out there, not only in South Africa, but I think across the world, and even here in the United States of America, because we know how competitive. I'm sure
Mm.
throughout the years growing up how competitive it is out there, and especially now with social media. There's so many mitigating factors, and it's difficult for kids to sort of sift through that and sort out, hey, if I'm really cut out for this. I'm wondering what, message or advice you might offer to them that, they could, use, in order to, as I said again, move up that ladder.
Mm. So I would say definitely do a lot of research because you can't necessarily go and message a Division 1 school, but you don't have highlights or anything.
Yeah.
Like you don't even think you'll make it, but you're starting to message like Division 1 schools. You need to like find your spots and then start going from there. So like you kind of like it's like you need to humble yourself in a way. Like
Mm,
if you know you can't play at a certain level, don't go and try reaching out to coaches because if they don't respond, it just like destroys self-esteem, self-confidence, everything
yeah.
because like it's pointless doing that. It's like with me, I slowly like I got into all of this. I spoke to Coach Moses. I would recommend speaking to him for people watching.
Mhm.
He really helps a lot.
Yes. Yeah.
Um, so like talking to people, asking for advice from different people, even if it's from like a coach from anywhere, just like message them, can you get advice, something like that. They're gonna help you because they like people want to see you win, even if you don't think so.
Yeah. We need to give that shout out to Kevin Moses. You know, Coach he deserves a lot of credit. You know,
He does.
knows the game of basketball very well, and you know, I said the fact that he's been able to help out a lot of
Mm.
basketball athletes. Just talk about what he's meant to you. I mean that's that we definitely have to acknowledge. You know, I said his work and his contributions.
I actually need to send him a message to say thank you because I received
Okay.
my first offer about 2 or 3 hours ago, I think it was. I received my first offer, and that was all because he posted a tweet of me where he mentioned me in a tweet, and then the coach like followed up on it. So I need to say thank you to him for that. Other than that, he's like really like I'll speak to him even if it's like just advice. He always tells me like the right thing to do, everything like that.
Yeah, no, that's outstanding. That's just that's the type of people we need out there is really paying it forward. And he obviously has a just a, again a phenomenal track record. Okay, Joshua, you get the final word and message here for family and friends, teammates, coaches at Maritzburg Christian School, and yeah, really wanted to give you the floor. Said to say anything you want to those people who have really meant to you, meant so much to you throughout this academic and athletic journey, and especially in the game of basketball. The floor is yours.
Okay. I don't know if these people will see it, but like it's still good to mention them. I'd like to give like a massive, massive shout out to one of the head coaches at my school because he's the one who's like always telling me, oh, go to message this coach, message that coach. He's always trying to help me out. He's sending emails to coaches for me, sending reference letters, everything like that. Even like stuff I don't see, he doesn't tell me about, but I know like he does it just because
Mhm.
like that's the type of person he is. Also, some of my friends who are like really wanting to see me win. Like they'll even help me out. They'll tell me message this person. They'll congratulate me every video. They share all my highlights, everything like that. Shout out to them. Family, I don't know. Like I don't know if they all see this, but they might. Um,
Yeah.
Shout out like a lot to them because they really, really support me. Even if I don't see some of the stuff they do, I know they are trying their best. So yeah,
It's great.
that's
Hey,
it.
just an incredible honor and privilege being able to speak with you, Joshua, especially
Thank
in,
you.
a basketball athlete from South Africa and being able to, especially here on Zoom and, it doesn't matter what distance is and, having this platform
Mhm.
and, congrats on your success. I know there's more to come and, you know, can't wait to see what you do, said from now on, like, hope to see you in the United States of America and then, playing professionally as well.
Thank you. Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you.